They say marriage is about love, understanding, and sacrifice. But sometimes, it's also about the choices we make. And the voices we choose to listen to. This is my story. When my wife gave birth to our twins, I thought my joy was complete. She had always been a hardworking woman. A secretary in a busy farm. Independent. Strong. Always earning her own. But when the babies came, her world changed. Her company gave her 3 months leave, but we both knew it wouldn't be enough. Handling twins is no joke. And so, she stayed home. Watching her day after day, feeding, cleaning, barely sleeping, I thought to myself, this woman deserves to feel cared for. And that's when the idea came. I said, why don't I place her on salary? But then, I made a mistake. I discussed it with my friends. I asked them, guys, is it wrong if I put my wife on salary? Just something small, so she doesn't have to ask whenever she wants something for herself. Immediately, one of them snapped. Salary for what? Is she your maid? Is she your staff? She's your wife. Why would you give her a salary? I tried to explain. She's been independent all her life. Now she's home with the babies. I just feel she deserves something of her own. But another friend cut in sharply. You people are the problem. Empowering women anyhow. Today you do this, tomorrow she'll go and tell my wife, then my own house will scatter. Don't start what you can't finish, my brother. Give her money for food, let her manage until she resumes work. Their words hit me harder than I expected. And in the end, I gave in. I decided not to put her on salary. Now, here's the thing about my wife, is she doesn't know how to ask. She has always been independent. Always had her own. So when the money dried up, she didn't complain. She smiled. She cooked. She washed. She cared for the twins like nothing was wrong. I'd got carried away by that silence. Until one evening, something happened that shook me to my core. I had just come home. She had ironed my clothes for the next day, the twins were asleep, and she was in the kitchen making dinner. Then her phone rang. It was lying on the bed, so I picked it up and handed it to her. As I stepped out, I overheard the conversation. It was her elder brother. My sister, how are you doing? You don't sound happy. Is everything all right? She tried to sound cheerful. I'm fine. Everything is okay. But her brother pressed further. No, you don't sound fine. Tell me what's wrong. And then, after a pause, her voice dropped. Please, can you help me recharge my phone? I've run out of airtime. And if you can, maybe subscribe for my data too. I've been out for a week now. Silence. Then her brother's shocked voice came through. Why didn't you tell me? You should have said so earlier. Don't worry, I'll send you some money now. When she ended the call, I stood frozen. My chest tightened. My wife, I had to call her brother for something as small as airtime and data while I was right there doing nothing. It wasn't about the money. We were not poor. I was fine financially. No. It was about the fact that I had failed. Failed to see her need. Failed to protect her dignity. To me, it was a slap to my face as a husband. Later, at dinner, I asked her softly. Why didn't you tell me you needed money for these things? She lowered her eyes. You should know me by now. I don't know how to ask. I've always worked, always had my own. It's not easy to come and start asking you for small things. Her words stung deep. I reached across the table, took her hand, and whispered. I'm sorry. From today, you won't lack anything again. She smiled faintly, but in her eyes, I saw sadness. After dinner, I gave her some money. To my shock, she broke down in tears. What's the matter? I asked, panicked. She wiped her eyes, her voice trembling. For over 3 months now, since I gave birth. I've been so broke. I couldn't even buy shortbread, my favorite snack. I would see it in the shop, but I'd just close my eyes and walk away. Anything I liked, I would pretend I didn't need. It has not been easy for me. Her confession tore me apart. I wanted the ground to swallow me. I had failed her, not because I didn't have, but because I listened to outsiders instead of my own heart. That night, I made a vow. Never again would she feel that kind of lack. From that day onward, I placed her on a monthly allowance. Not because she begged. Not because she demanded. But because she deserved it. And do you know what happened? She never squandered it. She used it wisely. Every time I sent her money, she would rush to me, smiling wide, singing, "My husband, my power, Odagudim." She would dance around the room, praising me, and I would laugh like a child. Sometimes, I would even send her extra just to see that glow on her face. Those moments brought peace into our home. Because she knew she was valued. She was seen. She was loved. And I learned a lesson I will never forget. Marriage is not about listening to outsiders. It's about protecting your home. Prioritizing your partner. And making sure their needs, big or small, are met in love. So, to every man listening to my story, don't let pride or friends or tradition blind you. Take care of your wife. Value her. Because at the end of the day, it's not outsiders who live with you. It's her. This was my story. And maybe, just maybe, it's a reminder you needed to hear today. Thank you for watching. Do share with your friends and family. Please subscribe to our channel.